if anybody's looking to improve their photography, look in their own backyard and try to find some things that would inspire them. Because, honestly, there are a lot of amazing things, all over the world, and some are just a short distance away. I always
Yeah.
feel like as a photographer, you're kind of like a handyman, right? Like the more things you can do well, the better photographer you're going to be. Because if you can shoot action and you can shoot portraits and you can shoot artistic images and you can shoot landscapes and all these different things, it allows you to kind of, I guess you could say, reinvent yourself. As we know, photography comes down to light. That's the basis of photography, and really seeing that light and being able to wait for it if we're shooting landscapes, or knowing where that
Yeah.
sun's going to come up or where it's going to go down. Is it window light? Is it a little, are we making light? Are we using light? And really seeing that and studying that, I think, is something that is there's very something cerebral about that. As a photographer, when you come into these situations, whether it's skiing, backcountry skiing, or kayaking, or even surfing, you're a member of the crew. You're a member of the team first. And obviously you're there to document something, but I would never push somebody into doing something so that I could make a better photo. Because the minute you do that, first of all, I would never want anybody to be injured because of something you did, but you also, want to be able to sleep well at night. And I guess I would say as a photographer that I'm always looking to be open
Yeah.
to something, especially, because the best laid plans, if we get in our head too much and we focus on exactly, oh no, this is what I'm doing. I'm shooting this portrait, I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and just walk back to the car after that, you'll miss a lot of things. So being, I guess, malleable to change and to things changing, whether that's the weather, the personalities, the athletes, makes you a more consistent, but also I think makes you a happier person. I started shooting these sequences and figuring out, how many frames per second actually looks good. You figured out that actually 5 frames per second, which is not that fast, is actually the perfect framing. That's actually shot with a 300 millimeter lens. So that compressing that long lens actually makes that waterfall look even more impressive than it
Yeah.
does, because it kind of like, makes it look like that. So lens choice as well.
There's a couple of top tips
Top
there
tip.
from Lucas. 5 frames per second, people. 5 frames per second.
5 frames per second.